Okay guys, so Jimbo TB here, back with another Let's Play series, and this time it's Dark Souls Remastered. So, couple of quick caveats. I have played this before, I have completed this before, so there's not going to be too many surprises regarding the game's content. Second caveat is that I've actually played about an hour of this version, and I recorded it and it was all going swimmingly until I came to editing it, and suddenly I realised the frame rate was absolutely unacceptable. So giving this another go, and I'm not going to continue because obviously that's stupid. We'll start a new game, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the cutscene. Ah, yes. No, I forgot about this. Okay, hold on. So let's. We're of course that. I've got to kind of switch. Okay. The keyboard commands are a little bit strange. It's confirmed there, but selecting a new section, as you can see at the bottom, is E, and back is Q. That's absurd. Oh, it's nice that it switches between the controller and keyboard, though, with the prompts. I'm not sure they had keyboard prompts before, or it was only the one you were using at the time. Right, so last time I played this game completely, I was a warrior, and by the end of it I was kind of a dexterity strength hybrid, but with cleric powers as well, so like lightning spear, that kind of thing. I don't know what I'm doing this time. I do like the warrior's basic starting gear though. The knight has kind of... Sorry, I was just changing my volume slightly. The knight has some good armour, but I do not like the broadsword at all. Don't like it. I don't like the warrior's shield. I suppose I should be looking at the stats as well, but so the warrior has low attunement, intelligence, faith. The wanderer has slightly better intelligence. Might be a good choice if I was going to go into magics. Resistance is 12 though, and resistance is kind of a pointless skill. Could go deprived, but have a terrible shield to start with. I'm going to stick with the warrior. I like the starting gear, and I can branch out from there. Right, Goddess Blessing. Divine Holy Water fully restores HP and status. Kind of pointless. Black Fire Bombs. Pointless. Twin Humanities. Nice, but I'm sure I can do better. Binoculars are really pointless because you can get them right at the start in the graveyard. Don't know if I know what the pendant does. Not sure. Master Key, I can just see myself getting into all sorts of trouble. That seems of limited value. I'm going to choose the Old Witch's Ring. I think there's something to do with a Covenant and this. I don't remember fully, but I will pick it. I think I'm going to go more dexterity based than strength, so I'm not going to pick very slim, but I will pick slim. Commoner. Commoner Seed facing the 5-fingered delta. Looks rotund. The Astora Noble, handsome face of the refined common in Astora. Kinda don't like. Intelligent, sharp lines, but scholarly looks invite insult. I quite like the dragon scholar, not too bad. Thurland Cleric. Look common in Thurland, known for its stalwart clerics. It's not too bad. God, the serious faces of these ones, and then suddenly this wide smile. Jovial features of Katarina known for festivity and drink. Okay. Good lord, look at this guy. Ominous features associated with the Earl of Kareem. Wow, he's very pale. He looks like one of the Forerunner alien chappies from the Alien prequel. Can't remember its name. It was terrible. Not sure about that. Ooh, this guy looks angry. Great Swamp heretics face prejudice for their atypical looks. What about that? He looks furious though. The Far Eastern Traveller. Faced from a distant eastern land of almond eyes and thin lips. Not too bad. Don't know what it's going to do with the dragon. I'm going to do the Far East Traveller, just for fun. I don't know why that's any more fun than anything else, but... Natural long hair accented by sweat. Is that what they mean to say? Accented by sweat? Really? I'm not sure if that's a translation error or just very strange. Neatly kept hair common for youth. It doesn't look that neat to me. Oh, hang on. My controller has stopped working. It's an Xbox One controller and it is cabled in right now, but it doesn't seem to want to use the USB to connect. It just uses Bluetooth. And it's, well, unreliable at best. Oh, finally, that's taken me a good few minutes to get this thing reconnected. I can see that coming back to bite me in a boss fight. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, it seems to have got worse. Maybe some of the Windows updates have improved functionality. It's like Leon from Resident Evil. I'm just going to go for short hair. Well, it is Dark Souls, so I'm not sure if red's suitable. Pick it for fun.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
I'm sure you can see far more in this cutscene than in the original version of the game.
But then there was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.
I love the boss and monster designs in this game. I think Nito is one of my favourite.
The first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten.
Such an interesting backstory and world.
With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragon.
And a lot of it only hinted at in the game itself.
Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
Great F&B. Love that intro. Probably more than the second game, which I've played some of. I just find the world more interesting.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's loud.
The dark side brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Right, back in the world of Dark Souls again. Hope this comes out okay in the recording. Certainly on the other monitor I've got, it looks a little darker and a little redder, but that might be the monitor itself. Game looks pretty good for me though. It's a little brighter than I would choose, but I also know that YouTube darkens things slightly as well. Lighting looks great, textures on the model are certainly better. Probably on the wall as well. That is new particle effects. It's a bit more blue though than I remember. And the HUD I've actually scaled down in the brief section of playthrough I did before, so it's a nice touch. It's just a little bit crisper, a little bit cleaner, and certainly smaller. You don't need it to be as blown up as it was from like the original console versions. I'm going to talk a little bit what we do with the tutorial because it doesn't really matter. I already know the basic controls and I've had an hour to get used to them as well, so not exactly what I had in mind. So yeah, like I said, I've completed this once before on the Steam version, and I've also played a little bit before that when it was still the Games for Windows Live version. God, people are so lucky nowadays they don't have to deal with that. You had to log in through Steam and then to Games to Windows Live as like an overlay. It looked terrible, like 10 years old when it was first new. Oh, the lighting in here is lovely. The water looks nice. Yeah, and then Games to Windows Live would inevitably want to update, and to do that you'd have to leave. Like exit and restart and reload everything. It was a pain. It didn't just update in the background like everything else does. Oh no. And at the time I also didn't have an Xbox controller, I had a PlayStation 2 controller which I had to emulate, but all the on-screen prompts were still for Xbox, so it would say X and Y and B, and I had no idea what that meant. So it was really, really frustrating and difficult. Let me just light this with my hand somehow. Oh, the lighting for the bonfire is nice. I like the way it reflects on the ground. I don't know though, it used to have a kind of, how do I put it, like spiritual thing to it. It had a kind of a magic flame, I'll say. Now it's just a normal flame. I like the lighting, but I think I prefer it as it was before, if I'm honest. Lighting in here is quite nice. All the colour temperatures match quite well. Okay, not now. Not sure how this playthrough is going to compare to my previous one. Certainly I wasn't recording before. Ah, I wasn't looking. Whoops! Oh, the lighting on the walls there's nice, there and there. Certainly an improvement. A little bit of slowdown there. I think that's probably from loading the area from my hard drive. I'm not sure. Hopefully the frame rate is a little bit better than my last attempt. Get your shield! I tried to block when I hadn't got it equipped yet. Quite foolish. That's the second period of slowdown. I don't know if that can be the hard drive. Maybe. Could be the recording, of course. Oh, hang on, what does that say? Yeah, I know that. I know the basics. It's a little bright for me, but I think for you it will be fine. The new soul transfer effect is nice. Ooh, that's very different. Yeah, it looks kind of like a grey waterfall. Slow one. Is it like fog? Again, I think I prefer the old effect. It's certainly a higher res effect, but it doesn't... Fog machine more than fog. I was down this way, I can't remember. Oh yeah, we can't get that. Fair enough, let's trigger this thing. I should have just rolled, I don't know why I didn't. I think I was... Last time I rolled off of here and took damage from falling. Can't win. Right, let's talk to Chappie in here. He's obviously fallen from somewhere, but that doesn't look right to me. Maybe through there, maybe it caved in.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
I like the way they got the conversation there. There's new terms that we don't know yet, like hollow, and we don't really know what undead means. And also the whole thing about dying and then losing your sanity. You think, how can that be? It's interesting. Oh, and then of course you get a decision, and if you haven't listened, then you don't know how to answer. Nice that it doesn't hold your hand.
Regrettably, I have failed in my
What
mission.
happens if you say no?
But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. In thine exodus from the undead asylum, maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Thank you. And also that's a really long family saying, my friend. Oh, you're joking. You're joking. The controller's lost signal again. I can't accept it. Oh, this is stupid. Oh, I didn't used to be this bad. I'll admit, actually, though, I did drop an entire mug of coffee over my desk and it the other day. So maybe that had something to do with it. Oh, fuck! Stupid game! Oh my god, I can't believe that just happened.
But... why?
How are you still talking? Oh, I can't believe... Okay, I finally got the controller working. It just suddenly started working. And I clicked back into the game using the mouse and it attacked. Oh god, I hope this kind of stuff doesn't happen again. So, I said I completed the game once, and in a previous playthrough, I got a little way into the game. And I managed to get myself cursed, and by doing similar things like that, I think I dropped my controller once and it attacked an NPC at a bonfire. And that kind of thing, I think I think someone made me jump as well, and I ended up attacking NPCs, and everyone that could cure me of curse, I accidentally killed. Unbelievable, but it wasn't even through a decision, or a conscious decision, it was just clumsiness or something making me jump. Come on, dude. Oh, I mucked that up. I was trying to parry and it got... Okay, that was better. I'm not the most proficient at that. Hopefully I will get more proficient. Okay, all the good stuff we already know. I don't feel like I should parry everything though, not at this point. I already lost health from stupidity. It's locked. The lighting in here is nice with the orange torches. I hope the end result on the recording is just as good or reflects that. Indeed, while falling, plunging attack, and we're going to use that now if possible against Lumpy down here. Hey dude. Ooh, that does a lot of damage. How did he miss me? Ooh, he's trying to sit on me. Oh, I can't believe that just happened. The range is a little different to what I expected sometimes. Didn't mean to do that. Ooh. I'm not quite timing my rolls right, but that's okay. I can improve. Victory achieved. Big Pilgrim's Key. Tip top. Later. Later, we'll come back for you. How did this person die? Oh, don't know. They went through here and died. Who knows then? Good job, go straight ahead. How does it look out here? So the textures are better. Textures for the comments are certainly better. Oh, I like the mountains. Very bleak, but in a slightly higher res way. Oh, and the flowers are animated now. I'm not sure if they were before. Maybe they were and I'm just looking for things to talk about. I don't think they were. I cannot be sure.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
The reverb echo effect is new, I'm pretty sure, but it is strange the way it just cuts off at the end, just snaps. Land of the ancient lords. Very odd. Okay, well this looks interesting. The view distance looks to be a little bit higher, less foggy. In Lordran, level up and kindle at bonfires, indeed. I don't think the sky looked quite like that before, all kind of blue and cloudy, and looks new to me. Right, so that's the next level of kindling, I suppose, because we have a firekeeper. Again, it lacks that mysterious look that the previous design had. Right, so I think I'm going to start with a bit of dexterity, and maybe 1 in endurance. Okay, so here we are at the main game proper. It's probably a good time to leave it here. We've just finished the Undead Asylum, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye.